My friend recently transitioned, and it's been an amazing journey for them. It's been so fun watching them become the person who they believe they are and their core essence and values. It is amazing to see somebody who doesn't believe they are a person find themselves expressively through their gender identity. That is something that I love to see. It's outstanding. However, I didn't know their name. I had no idea what their name was. That messed me up a little bit. I didn't know what to call them. Not the fact that I forgot like the name they gave me. They had never given me their name. And the him, who is now a him, that's what they are now, I finally learned their name. They said, I want you to call me Daniel. And I said, okay, Daniel, you know what? By golly, by gee willikers, Daniel it is. For the sake of brevity, I'm not giving their real name, but I'm going to say Daniel for now. Daniel, you're a cool guy. And I immediately latched onto that name because I now knew the name. When he was a her, I had no clue what their name was. As a matter of fact, to the point where I was so perplexed, everybody else was so confused by my activism and progressiveness. They said, wow, you really immediately latched onto that name. You never dead named them. You've always called them Daniel. Correct. You have two names by me, Daniel or nigga. You were either my nigga or Daniel. You see, I have a little bit of a cheat code being black. If I don't know your gender, I could just say you're my nigga. If I don't know your name, well, guess what? You're my nigga. That's pretty simple, pretty efficient, pretty easy. Can't really mess up that way. There's no way to mess up that way at all. Because guess what? What are you going to say? Well, exactly. You're stunned. You're stun locked. Caught in a corner in a fighting game. Can't do anything. You're stuck. And that's what I like to see. That's what I enjoy. So, Dad approached me. Dad said to me, how do you feel about, Daniel? And I said, Daniel has always been Daniel to me. I've never known any other name besides Daniel. Which is true. Because I didn't. I had no idea what the other names were. He said, he's lucky to have a friend like you. Glad the dad was on board. Personally, I had no idea. On a realistic note, I had no clue what was going on. I'm just happy to be a part of things. And then, a few weeks passed, everybody's adjusting to Daniel's new name. I immediately got it because I'm the best activist ever. Daniel looks at me, tears in his eyes. He says, why can't people get my new name down? I keep getting dead named and sometimes misgendered. Now, to be fair, I never knew Daniel's gender either, because I didn't care. Daniel's ugly. I had no intention of anything with this person. I simply casted Daniel as kind of like a side tertiary friend, to be quite fair with you. I was like, Daniel's just I will invite Daniel when I have no one else. That's kind of how I felt about Daniel. Daniel and me became so close after the transition, it was nuts, because I became Daniel's only friend. Daniel got offended at everybody. They got mad that people were not saying their correct name. They felt like their friends weren't their friends. And I said, Daniel, listen. Daniel looked at me with tears in his eyes. I said, Daniel, it's okay if you don't have people that understand you. Just know that I will always try my best to remember your name. And Daniel looked at me and said, I appreciate that, because this is the name I really wanted ever since I was younger. And Daniel looked at me and said, I just wanted to be what a man was, what it means to be a man in society, what it means to be fearless at night, to walk the streets without fear, to be able to go to a gym and nobody approached me, to do all these things. And I loved hearing the journey that they went on, all these powerful things I would have never known because they were a side character in my life and became a main character. It was amazing to hear their journey, their struggle, their power. I was so impressed. And I looked at him and I said, hey, I want to tell you, I never know your name prior. He said, what? I said, I've only known you as Daniel. He looked at me and said, you didn't know what my dead name was? I said, I'm not going to lie to you. Notice what I called you before. I showed Daniel what I have him saved in my phone as. I have Daniel saved as my nigga. As a matter of fact, I have 17 people saved as my nigga in my phone, or had that previously. And Daniel said, wow, well, this is interesting. Daniel didn't know how to feel about that. I felt like it was wrong to lie. But I feel like in some instances you may have to lie, because after I revealed this damning piece of evidence against myself, Daniel stopped being my friend. Daniel understood that I didn't really care about Daniel back in the day, but now I care about Daniel now. And it's hard to have somebody change what they already think. Daniel now no longer speaks to me. Daniel now no longer associates with who I am as a person. And I understand that, because I told Daniel the truth. And sometimes it may not be best to tell the truth, but I'm going to do it anyway, because it's funnier to tell the truth than it is to lie. It's much funnier. Anyways, I've been Cyril's TV. Bye.